Welcome to Zero to Zilla. Here, you can learn how to earn money in a few days by using the AI Cash page.
This Fast and Furious video got 65 million views. This video of Cristiano Ronaldo got 56 million views. And this one of Thanos, 47 million views. That's how many views this Instagram account is getting by using a single AI method to create his videos. So a couple of days ago, I found this video. It was this super high quality AI video of Cristiano Ronaldo with a bunch of goats around him. The crazy thing with this video was that it had 50 million views, which is literally unheard of these days when it comes to AI-generated content. And that was not the only one. They had multiple videos with tens of millions of views. When first looking at it, it looked like it was created by a professional animator or something. Turns out, it's not as complicated as I thought. After digging into every AI software out there, I found the exact formula this account used to create these videos. Not only that, I did notice they're making a few mistakes in their strategy that makes them miss out on not only views, but also a lot of money. Getting millions of views is cool and all, sure, but you're not really getting anything out of it, especially not on Instagram. Because here's the thing. Views are honestly kind of useless if you don't know how to monetize them. So, in this video, I'll show you how I would start an account like this from scratch and how to actually turn it into a profitable business. I'll give you the exact software, prompts, and even show you how to replicate one of their most viral videos step by step. And at the end of this video, I'll reveal a method that has been popping up lately that is making faceless channels like these tens of thousands of dollars a month. I've never seen anybody else talk about it here on YouTube, so it's still untapped. The first thing we're going to do differently is to post videos across all social media platforms and maximize the amount of total views, but also income. As you might have heard, platforms like TikTok and YouTube Shorts will actually pay you for posting on their platforms. But there's a catch to this. TikTok only monetizes accounts that have 10,000 followers located in large countries like the US, and YouTube only monetizes accounts with 1,000 subscribers and 10 million views in the last 90 days. So, yeah, you're off to quite a rough start. However, I've been looking around for solutions that would make it possible to monetize accounts right away for those interested in making money with their first post. And I found this website that creates pre-monetized accounts. Basically accounts that have been grown organically to reach the monetization requirements. So if you want to save yourself some hard work, you can use the code HOWTOAI at checkout for a discount. I'll leave a link to it in the description. So now that you have your accounts ready, let's get into how to create these videos.
Before we start, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified about our new videos. Now let's get started.
One of this channel's most viral videos is this one of Thanos in some Indian market, and it's pretty easy to see why this video went viral. It's unique, shocking, and stands out from most other videos. So, to make things easy, I put together this 4-step blueprint that'll walk you through everything that goes into creating these videos, and even how to monetize meme audiences. Basically, we're going to generate an image of the character we want and the setting. Then we're going to use this AI software I mentioned earlier to animate this image into a full video. So, the first thing we gotta do is come up with a prompt that'll be able to generate the image we want. Honestly, this is probably the hardest part. I mean, this literally looks like it's created by Marvel. How do you even compete with that? So, I used all my prompting knowledge and generated hundreds of images, but none of them were even close to the result I wanted. Hey man, hey, sorry, not really in the mood right now. You're looking for a prompt, right? Yeah, why? I think I have something for you. Huh? Here, try this. What's this? It's the prompt you're looking for. But how did you know those questions? Give me 100 and we're good. Kinda expensive for a prompt, don't you think? Do you want the prompt or not? Yeah, I guess. Now that we have the prompt, which honestly seems kinda impossible to come up with, we need to generate the actual images with an image generator. Since we don't want to spend a bunch of money on softwares, I always use Leonardo AI. They'll give you enough credits every day so that you don't have to pay for a subscription. So head over there and sign up for an account. It's super simple to do. Just click on Create Account, enter your email address, and you'll have your account ready. Once you're in the software, you want to click on this big button in the middle that says Image Generator. If you've never used an image generator before, basically anything you type into this box, Leonardo will turn into an image. Since we already have the prompt, you just want to paste it in here as it is. But before you actually generate it, you want to make sure you have the right settings. If you go to the right, you'll see all these buttons that'll affect how the image will turn out. The first thing you want to do is click on the top one that says Preset and set it to Cinematic Keynote, since that'll give us the most realistic looking results. Then set the generation mode to quality. This will make the generation take a bit longer, but it'll have so much better quality, so it's absolutely worth a couple of extra seconds. Finally, for image dimensions, you want to set it to vertical, which is 916. This is really important since we want it to be the right size from the beginning. These numbers below will determine how many images you get for each generation. I usually go with 4, but it's up to you depending on how many credits you have to spend. Once you've got all those settings in place, you want to hit enter and generate the images. And as you can see, they are pretty much identical to the ones in the video that got 50 million views. But of course, we're not going to create Thanos in all the videos. We need to be able to create videos of other famous people and characters. And since these prompts are pretty complicated, I figured I'd create a prompt template that will make it easier for you guys when creating your own characters. I've left these boxes for you to fill in with info about the character. This way you won't have to start from nothing every time you want to create a new video. If you fill in all these boxes, you'll give Leonardo enough data to work with so that it can generate images as good as the ones we just created. I'll leave this prompt in the description if you want to grab it for yourself. Anyways, for this video, we'll need to use 4 images, so I'll just download all of them. But that won't be enough to make the video 1 minute long. As you might have heard, TikTok only monetizes videos that are 1 minute or longer. So if you want to reach that limit, you'll have to use 12 or more images. In that case, just generate the same prompt 3 times and you'll have enough footage to reach the 1 minute mark. Then you want to add some kind of storyline to keep the viewer engaged throughout the entire video. You can then include a hook, main part, and conclusion. For example, that someone comes and steals a fruit from Thanos as the hook. Then he runs after that person and takes the fruit back, which becomes the conclusion. It'll make it a lot more engaging to look at, and hopefully the viewer will stay until the end of the video. Once you've downloaded them, we can move on to the next step. A couple of years ago, this was almost impossible to do. But with all these crazy AI tools we have today, we can create an animation within a few minutes. This software has developed an AI that can turn still images into videos. I actually tried it out before creating this video, and the results turned out really good. There are other softwares with similar features, but they're nowhere near as good. So what you want to do is head over to a website called lumalabs.ai. I'll leave a link to it in the description. They have a free plan that gives you 30 generations per month, which will be enough for a few videos. But if you really want to take this seriously, you'll probably need to get one of their plans. Just sign up with your email and your account will be ready. Once it's created, you'll see this little search bar. What you want to do is click on the picture icon and upload the first image from Leonardo. Next, you want to write a short little description about what's going on in the image. So I'll just write something like Thanos in a fruit market. It really doesn't have to be more complicated than that. Now hit enter and wait a couple of minutes for it to be generated. And as you can see, the result turned out crazy good. It adds not only camera movement, but also body movements. For example, he's moving his arms, and the people in the background are also moving. It almost looks like it's taken straight from a Marvel movie. Next, you want to repeat this exact process on the other Leonardo images till you've made a video out of all of them. Alright, so all the images are animated, and the result turned out exactly like the ones I showed you in the beginning. Now all that's left to do before we move on is to download them. We're not going to do some crazy editing here. So, to make it as cheap as possible, I'll just use a free one like CapCut. First, you want to open up a brand new project and import the videos from Luma Labs. Next, drag the videos to the timeline one by one until you've added all the clips. To make it look a bit smoother, I like to add some kind of transition. Just click on this button in the top left and you'll have hundreds of pre-made transitions to choose from. I wouldn't go with anything too crazy. Instead, go with something smooth, like this blur transition. To apply it, just drag it in between the first 2 clips. Instead of dragging it in manually between all the clips, you can just press on this button that says Apply to All, and it'll be added throughout the entire video. Editing-wise, that's pretty much all you gotta do. But before we actually export the video, I would recommend adding some kind of music to make it more engaging to look at. If you already have something in mind, feel free to go with that. Just make sure it's not copyrighted. If not, you want to head over to ChatGPT and enter a prompt that looks something like this. We're basically giving it a description of our video and then asking it to give us suggestions of what music to use. Hit generate and it'll list a bunch of categories to choose from. I thought the orchestral genre seemed like it would fit well because of Thanos' villain aura, so I'll go with that one. But to actually find the music, you want to find a website where you can download copyright-free music. I usually use one called Pixabay, which is a big library of all sorts of assets you can need, and it's free to use. Type in the genre in the search box and you'll get a list of songs to choose from. Listen through a couple, and once you found one you like, you want to click on this download button. Now head back over to CapCut, upload it, and drag it to the timeline. You might want to adjust it a bit so you get the best part of the song matched with the video. That's pretty much all the editing you gotta do, and we're ready to export the video. To do this, click on this blue button in the top right and you'll see these export settings. Here you want to set the resolution to 1080 and the frame rate to 60 to get the best quality possible. Finally, hit export, and now we can move on to the monetization strategy. But first, here's how it turned out. As you can see, it turned out almost identical to the video we tried to replicate. Next, you want to post the video across multiple social media platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram to get as many views as possible.
Thanks for watching a video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe.